Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Nisi, aka the Ebony Traveler. As you can see, I don't have my usual intro, my purple screen, because I don't have my laptop. So I'm pretty much making this video on my iPhone. Hopefully I'll be able to edit it and whatnot. I am going to talk about an issue that is ongoing here in Korea that people don't like to talk about. My girl Lala just made a video about it as well. If you're watching this now, it may be my birthday, August 23rd to be exact. So leave a little, birthday love in the comment section. Let's talk about a very big issue in Korea. It's a very consistent issue in Korea, and people like to play games and act like it's not an issue, like they don't know that blackface is racist. So there it is. Another incident of blackface has arisen. It has presented itself in Korea once again. Before I get into anything involving the most recent blackface issue in Korea, I just want to give you guys some, guidelines. Because people come in the comment section acting a straight up fool, and I'm trying to keep my composure, and I'm trying not to cuss you the hell out, but it's starting to get a little hard. Number one, I'm not leaving because I have student loans. Number two, make sure you indicate where exactly in Africa you'd like me to go, what country, and the city if you could. Number three, I'm Canadian, so stop telling me that this isn't America anymore. Stop calling me an ignorant American, and stop calling me an obnoxious American, because frankly, I'm not American, and I can't relate. Okay, so now it's time to talk about an issue that is prevalent in Korea. I don't know why the networks here can't seem to grasp the fact that blackface is extremely offensive. They've been doing this since the 80s apparently, so it's really odd to me that the amount of complaints that they get, they still can't seem to move forward. Once again, KBS KBS, thank you for offending black people within Korea and outside of Korea for the 100th time. And so they decided to present a show. It's called Newmore First Street, and it's a Busan comedy festival, I believe. Apparently they're reenacting something from back in the day. That's where you should leave it, back in the day. But they decided, hey, let's do blackface like nobody would excuse my French, like nobody would see it. They do it, we call racism, and then there's a group of people from the side who are like, it isn't racism, it's ignorance. Do you know how stupid you sound when you say that? It is clear at this point that racism has a place here, but people don't want to call it racism because blackface is racist AF. Why do you think it's okay to portray black people in that sense? These Korean networks aren't acknowledging that this is not okay. How much backlash do you need to get before it's enough for you to understand that if you need to portray black people, hire actual black actors, and no, they may not act an ass. The thing about these Korean networks is they'll say they didn't know it was offensive. They didn't mean to be offensive. However, they'll have them dressed in what they consider African tribal wear, which is, what was it last time? A hula skirt, brown face, a flower, like, what? But it's not offensive, and you're using it for comedy sketch. So I'm trying to figure out how it's not offensive. Why are you painting your faces brown? When the host in Brazil was pretty much imitating Korean people on his show, doing the same thing essentially that they're doing to us, they were up in arms. They couldn't believe it. How dare he? Oh my God, I can't even believe he would do something like that. Oh, they wanted to ball out racism, discrimination. But when you do it countless times, it's not racism and discrimination. Apparently it's ignorance. Now, on my last video where I talked about being black in Korea, people really had an issue with me vocalizing how uncomfortable I felt with people touching me, staring at me, and doing all of the rude things that they do when I'm around. And it really baffled me. Once black people start expressing discomfort, it's not okay to anyone. Apparently we're just whining and complaining and we need to shut up. And I think that we all know that. There have been very rare situations where us expressing our discomfort has been seen as okay. But this is not okay. What? We are in the year 2017. Hello Korean networks. It is the year 2017. How on God's green earth do you think it's okay to portray black people in blackface in a comedic fashion like we're not going to see it? I'll give you some more information about this. It's called Newmore First Street. I saw this in the Brothers and Sisters of South Korea Facebook group. I don't want to expose anyone's name. She did a very good job though. The girl who did bring this to everyone's attention, she contacted someone that was part of the festival online. She expressed her discontent. She expressed the issues with the racial issues within it, and she even, not only did she express her discontent, she gave them a solution. Like, if you guys are trying to represent black people and you don't want to seem offensive, here are a couple tips and tricks on how you can do it. And they appreciated that. They sent her multiple email responses letting her know that they didn't mean to be offensive and this and this, though how is blackface not offensive? But I digress. We're gonna get them to take it down. Apparently, they will no longer have people in blackface. I think they mentioned that they're gonna change the name of the couple, because the name of the couple in the skit were the Blacks. Like, really? And so they agreed to take it down. So actually they made a whole new flyer. There were multiple emails sent to this organization letting them know that this was not okay, that we were all offended, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I thought of what I think is a perfect analogy for why these Korean networks do this, because I've been running my mind trying to figure out why they keep on doing it. If it's clear that there is a black presence in Korea, maybe not a humongous one, but we are here and we do see your crabs. So, you know when your mom's making food and you think that you're slick and you can steal the food? I'm pretty sure most Caribbean people know what a Dutch pot is. You know, pass the Dutchy on the left hand side. Cast iron pot, whatever, I could be wrong. But it's just a very heavy pot. My mom, when she used to make oxtail, I used to love oxtail. So when my mom would disappear, she'd go to the shower, maybe she'd go into her room, whatever, and I thought I was slick. I would sneak down the stairs and just, you know, the coast is clear, and I would lift the lid. Now the lid for this pot was heavy, and if it hit the pot, it would make a ding sound. Like, it would make like this sound that would echo, and my mom would hear that I was in the pot. And once she finds that out, it's a wrap, it's over, it's canceled. And I would lift it slowly, very carefully, trying not to make a sound. And I would take the food, and then I would have to slowly put the lid back on the pot so I don't get caught. But if it made that sound, it was a wrap. And that is how I look at KBS. If I got away scotch-free, I was like, yes, hallelujah. But somehow, some way, my mom always found out that I was in the pot. As I look at you as the kid who can't seem to keep their hand out of that pot of food. That's how I look at you. And you don't think you're gonna get caught, but then you do. So stop putting your hand in the pot, stop stirring up the food, stop eating the food, leave it alone. Leave this alone, stop doing it. Just stop. They wanna appropriate black culture. They wanna have black hair, locks, and things of that nature, and all that foolishness. And it's like, how is it that you're appropriating our culture, not give us credit for it, and insult us at the same time? 1 + 1 does not equal 2 in this situation. Okay, so pretty much that's my piece on this whole blackface situation. It's wrong, it's ridiculous, it's the year 2017. They've been doing this forever and a day, so you guys need to stop. I do hope you guys enjoyed this content. I kind of just want to talk about this whole situation with this blackface thing. I actually do want to add a little note. I do want to do a Q&A video, so please submit your questions. I'll leave my email address in the description box below, so please send your questions, and in the subject line just put Q&A. You can also submit your questions on Instagram as well at NCB. Submit your questions to me on Snapchat as well. If you'd like, you can submit it in video form with a cute little filter. I will take them on Snapchat, Instagram, and email. And yeah, I would love to do that video in the near future. If you're not following me on my social media, make sure you do that as well. # support the mandem. And as always, it is a peace, and it is love, and it is annyeong.